हम बात करेंगे डॉक्टर अहमद मुशफीक मुबारक से बांग्लादेश के बारे में और उनकी सियासत के बारे में और जो भी इकोनॉमिक चैलेंजेस इस वक्त बांग्लादेश फेस कर रहा है उसके बारे में.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mubarak, for joining us. Professor Mubarak, the first question that I posed to you this morning is that I interviewed you a few years back and I asked you that what role did microfinance, especially Grameen Bank, played in Bangladesh's development, and you said that the role was overplayed. Now that Dr. Yunus is the Prime Minister of the country and he was actually the one who actually set up Grameen Bank, and you said that the popularity Grameen Bank got was also due to the Nobel Peace Prize. The first question that comes to my mind is that what other factors are the reason that actually contribute to Dr. Muhammad Yunus's popularity in the country?
Okay. Yeah, so as you all know, we just went through a revolution that has been termed the monsoon revolution in Bangladesh. And it was a student-led revolution. They are the ones who took to the streets. The students gave their blood, and it was reminiscent of our 1952 language revolution, which had to do with when Muhammad Ali Jinnah had wanted to declare Urdu as the national language of all of Pakistan, and the Dhaka University students revolted against that. So it was very similar, except that this time, many, there were a handful of students who were killed by gunshots back in 1952, but this time a few hundred students had to give their lives in order to get the previous regime, the dictatorial autocratic regime, out. And as soon as they were able to get them out, of course the army then had to make a quick decision on whom to invite to put together a government, an interim government. And what we saw on the very first day is that they went back to what they're normally used to, which is the political parties. So they invited the political parties into a meeting, and the students were getting sidelined, even though it was really the student power and the student organization that brought us this revolution. And so the students made a very smart move immediately. They went on Facebook. This was a declaration they made on Facebook, that they would like Dr. Yunus to lead the new interim government and act as chief advisor. Chief advisor and the interim government is the language we use for sort of an interim prime minister of sorts. So that's how Dr. Yunus came in.
Excellent. तो नाजरीन, डॉक्टर मुशफिक मुबारक बताते हैं कि जब काफ़ी जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं उन्होंने अपनी जानों की कुर्बानी दी इस पूरी रेवोल्यूशन में जो कि बांग्लादेश में अभी रिसेंटली आई, और उन्होंने बजाय सियासी जमातों के पास जाने के उन्होंने ये फैसला किया कि वो डॉक्टर यूनुस जैसे एक मोतबर शख्स के पास जाएंगे, क्योंकि वो एक ऐसे शख्स हैं जो पूरे बांग्लादेश में वेल रिस्पेक्टेड हैं. तो अगर वो उनको लेके आते हैं, वो बांग्लादेश के चैलेंजेस को ज़्यादा बेहतर अंदाज में भी समझते हैं. तो इस वजह से उनका कहना था कि मुशफिक के डॉक्टर यूनुस एक इंतहाई अच्छे सरबराह मुमलिकत रहेंगे बांग्लादेश को इन चैलेंजेस से आगे लेके जाने के लिए.
Bilkul. This brings me to my next question, Dr. Mubarak. I wanted to ask you about, so just to give some context for our audience, it is very clear that the recent development and progress in the Bangladeshi economy has largely piggybacked on the export industry. And considering the fact that a lot of unpaid labor, especially women, underpaid, unpaid, oversupplied labor, especially women, were playing a huge role in the economy's progress. But now we are looking at maybe 60 or more factories shutting down in Bangladesh. So considering all of this and the political unrest and the fact that foreign investment is obviously going to slow down a lot as well, do you think this is going to have a serious or irreversible impact on the export industry, because they were really responsible for a lot of growth in Bangladesh?
Yeah. No, I don't think it's very clear whether or not this will have an irreversible impact. It is true that we're going through challenges. Democracy, freedom doesn't come easy, it doesn't come cheap. While the country was growing and business was happy with the situation as it was, right, there were huge costs being imposed on our citizens as well. The biggest cost is that there was an autocrat in power who was silencing people, right? And the thing is that innovation cannot happen in a country when people are silenced. First of all, we needed to win our freedom, and that was the most important achievement today. And second, we now know that a lot of corruption took place under this autocratic regime. Their cronies literally stole possibly billions of dollars, but if not, definitely hundreds of millions of dollars for the country, right? And And so that has also led to a worsening of our debt position, just because the cost of construction ended up being some of the highest in the world because of this corruption. So now that this autocrat is ousted, we are hopeful that, in fact, the economy will also rebound in the right direction, just because we're going to be able to get rid of a lot of the waste and corruption and theft that was happening in the country over the last decade.
That's actually a very astute statement, Dr. Mubarak. Just to translate, नाज़रीन हम आपको बताते चलें कि डॉक्टर मुशफीक मुबारक ने से हमने पूछा कि टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री जो बांग्लादेश की काफ़ी सीरियसली मतलब डेवलपमेंट की रिस्पॉन्सिबल थी, वो इंडस्ट्री का क्या होगा कंसिडरिंग कि इतने ज़्यादा पॉलिटिकल बैकलैश है और इतनी ज़्यादा इंस्टेबिलिटी है। तो डॉक्टर मुबारक ने हमें 3 बहुत अच्छे आर्ग्यूमेंट्स दिए हैं। सबसे पहले वो बात करते हैं कि फ्रीडम जो है या किसी भी समाज में आज़ादी राय, आज़ादी हुकूक की आज़ादी बहुत ज़रूरी है। तो इसीलिए कंसिडरिंग द फैक्ट कि अब ऑटोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट नहीं रही है बांग्लादेश में, तो ऑटोमेटिकली जो इकोनॉमी के हवाले से भी चीज़ें बेहतरीन होती जाएंगी। उन्होंने दूसरी अहम बात की तरफ इशारा किया कि पहले एक ऐसा माशरा था बांग्लादेश में जहाँ पे साइलेंस किया जाता था लोगों को और किसी भी किस्म के डिसेंट को सप्रेस किया जाता था। अब जो कि ऐसा माशरा नहीं रहा है, तो जाहिर सी बात है इनोवेशन और इकोनॉमी और प्रोग्रेस की सारी चीज़ें आगे जाती रहेंगी। और लास्ट जो चीज़ हमें डॉक्टर मुबारक ने अभी बताई है वो ये है कि इससे पहले कि बांग्लादेश की हुकूमत जब हसीना वाजिद के अंडर थी तो बहुत ज़्यादा करप्शन थी। उन्होंने कहा कि पॉसिबली बिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर्स की करप्शन होती थी, और जब इतने लार्ज स्केल पे थेफ्ट और करप्शन हो रही हो तो जाहिर सी बात है उस माशरे में इकोनॉमी में इनोवेशन तो नहीं आ सकती।
सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल दबाएं ताकि कोई खबर रह न जाए।